each day. Because we know
that for our community,
Farce make life better.
Good afternoon and welcome to the regular meeting of the Santa Rosa City Council for July 26. We have, Madam Clerk, could you announce the roll, please?
Let the record state that all council members are present, with the exception of council members or Vice Mayor Schwedhelm, Council Member Combs, and Council Member Wysowski.
Thank you very much. And they will be absent for the remainder of this meeting. I do have an announcement to make concerning some items on the agenda. Excuse me, consent agenda item numbers 11.1 through 11.4 and report item number 13.1 will be continued to the August 2nd meeting. Agenda report item number 13.6 will be continued to the August 9th meeting, regular City Council meeting, and the agenda report item 13.5 will be continued to the August 30th regular City Council meeting. So those are dates certain. And I would like, how about if our interim city clerk could introduce our new city clerk, if you could please, Stephanie.
Yes, I'd like to introduce our new city clerk, Daisy Gomez. She comes to us from Long Beach and has a lot of experience, and I'm really excited to pick her brain and learn new things from her.
Thank you, Stephanie, and welcome, Ms. Gomez. Pleasure having you here, and thank you, Stephanie, for filling in so beautifully during this period of time. Done a great job. Appreciate it. Moving on, we have no closed session this afternoon, no study session. We have no proclamations or presentations. We have no staff briefings. We have a very large packet, but we haven't. City Manager's report.
Nothing to report.
Thank you very much. Madam City Attorney.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have provided a quarterly report on litigation, and that has been included in the packet. I'm happy to answer any questions that council members may have.
Thank you. Council, any questions on that report? All right, thank you very much. Moving on to statements of abstention. Council, any abstention? Oh, God, I hope not. I can assume that no one's going to abstain from anything this afternoon. Thank you very much. And moving on to mayors and council members' reports. Anything to report, council?
The fair's in town. Go enjoy the fair.
The fair's opened up. And the new Sarah Lee and Richard Cundy barn is opened up. If you want to call it a barn, it's a great asset to the fairgrounds. It's a beautiful building, and they deserve that a great deal of gratitude from this community. Chris.
I just want to announce that I've appointed Nina Bonos to the Art in Public Places Committee.
Thank you. Any other reports, council? Then I will report that I am going to appoint Nina Bonos chair of the same committee, of the Art in Public Places Committee. Moving on to, we have no minutes to approve. So we are moving on to, let's see, no, nothing until after 5 o'clock. 13.2.
Item 13.2, report approval of Memorandum of Understanding, Unit 2, Firefighting, represented by the International Association of Firefighters, Local 1401, Unit 3, Maintenance, represented by Operating Engineers, Local 3, Unit 8, Transit, represented by SCIU, Local 1021, Unit 9, Fire Safety Management, represented by the Santa Rosa Police Management Association, Unit 13, Mechanics, represented by Operating Engineers, Local 3, Unit 14, Police Civilian Technical, represented by SCIU, Local 1021. Unit 16, Utility Systems Operators, represented by Operating Engineers, Local 3. Unit 17, Professional Attorneys, represented by the Santa Rosa Attorneys Association. And Unit 18, Miscellaneous Mid-Management, represented by the Santa Rosa Management Association. And we've got Rhonda McKinnon and Paul Carroll to present.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Mayor and members of council. We really appreciate, very much appreciate that you're willing to handle these few items today. I want to quickly say a great thank you and appreciation for all of our union groups that we negotiated with this year. We also recognize that we walked in the door with not too much to offer and not as much discussion as we'd like to have. But in the end, the units were very good about understanding our position financially right now and what we're looking at in the future. And here we are today with all of these units to ratify today. So we really appreciate that you met with us and that we can move forward with this. So representing this item today is Paul Carroll, who was present for every single one of these tables. Quite an undertaking for him, and I'll give him the pleasure of presenting this today. So thank you.
Okay. Mayor Sawyer and members of council, in February of this year, city management representatives began the meet and confer process with 10 of the employee labor groups. And after many negotiating sessions, basically this number's wrong, all 10 did come to settlement. One of them you heard 2 weeks ago. The remaining 9 you're hearing today. The employee groups all have ratified these tentative agreements. These agreements are for 12 months. So they will expire on June 30th of 2017. The first group we're going to talk about is Unit 2 firefighters. They're receiving a 2.5% COLA increase. We basically changed the holiday in lieu pay that will occur in the pay period in which the holiday occurs. We did that to comply with CalPERS rules. For the period of the agreement, there will be a 1 overstaffing per shift. That's basically 3 additional firefighters above their baseline. The total cost of this agreement was $551,285. The general fund cost is $5,156. $500,156.
Thank you.
Unit 3 maintenance, another 2.5% increase. You're going to hear this a lot. $50 increase in the boot allowance, and standby pay increase to $95 per 24-hour shift. Their total cost of agreement is $242,648. The general fund cost is $182,272. The next agreement was Unit 8 Transit. They again got a 2.5% COLA increase. They received a $120 footwear allowance for the bus drivers. The total cost of this agreement was $116,501. The general fund cost was $0. This is an enterprise fund. Fire safety management. They also received a 2.5% COLA increase, and we had some of the same holiday process cleanup that we had with Unit 2. The total cost of their agreement was $44,430, and the general fund cost was the same at $44,430. Unit 13 mechanics. This is our new bargaining unit. They received a 2.5% COLA increase and a $50 increase in their boot allowance. The total cost of this agreement was $54,426, and there is no general fund cost because they're a cost recovery unit. Unit 14, Police Civilian Technical. They received a 2.5% COLA increase. Their standby pay was increased to $95 per 24-hour period. We are providing a 3% stipend to dispatchers who possess an intermediate post certificate and a 5% stipend to dispatchers who possess an advanced post certificate. The total cost of this agreement was $157,831. The general fund cost was $146,892. Unit 16, Utility Systems Operators. They also received a 2.5% COLA increase, a $50 increase in the boot allowance, and standby pay increased to $95 per 24-hour period. Their total cost of agreement was $132,113 with $0 general fund cost. Unit 17, City Attorneys. They received a 2.5% COLA increase. The total cost of agreement was $29,260. The general fund cost was $29,260. Unit 18, Miscellaneous Mid-Management. They received a 2.5% COLA increase, a $50 increase in boot allowance, and standby pay was increased to $95 per 24-hour period. The total cost of the Unit 18 agreement was $429,304. The general fund cost was $212,000. $1,574. The grand total of this action today is $1,757,798. General fund costs is $1,118,584. This resolution also meets City Council Goal 2A, promote a city organization that is service sustainable and maintains employee morale. So it is recommended by the City Manager's Office and the Human Resources Department that the Council by resolution individually approve the Memoranda of Understanding between the City of Santa Rosa and its employee groups. Are there any questions?
Council, questions? Mr. Corsi.
Thanks for the report. I really appreciate you highlighting the total cost of each of these agreements. But I'm wondering where the money comes from to pay those costs. Is this additional revenues, or are we taking away from any programs or services elsewhere in the budget?
We're working within the budget that was allotted, that we spoke with Finance when we began, and there's no programs or anything that's been eliminated to support this 2.5% in the whole increase.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Ms. Carlstrom.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. How many employees do we roughly have right now?
We have about 1,100, high 1100s to 1,200 permanent regular employees. And then right now during the summertime, we have about 500 more temporary employees.
How many employees are represented in these MOUs?
Today, there's probably approximately maybe 650 employees represented.
Great. And I ask that because I think it's important that any time a dollar figure is coming out and being presented to the public as a cost to the city when it reflects a salary for someone hopefully living and working in Santa Rosa, I would really like to see that dollar figure attached to a person. So in the future, when these contracts come back, 600 employees, 600 salaries, hopefully 600 head of households that we're supporting with this 1.7 million. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Good point. Any other questions, Council? I have no cards on this item, so I bring it back. Bring it back to the Council. I'll just offer my thanks to the negotiating team, to the entire organization, to getting this. These negotiations don't always go this smoothly, and I think it is representative of the organization understanding that our challenges and also our negotiators understanding our organizational challenges as well and responding in kind from both sides. So I thank everyone involved in these negotiations for having this run as smoothly as it possibly could given our circumstances. So thank you very much. And Ms. Carlstrom, any other final comments, Council? Ms. Carlstrom, you have this item.
Thank you. And Mr. Mayor, it appears in my packet that there are 3 separate resolutions. They need to be read separately. Okay. Before doing that, I will just say I want to really appreciate the approach that this year's team has taken to our employees. I've only been here 1 term, but the change that you've implemented and the respect that you've shown to our employees, I really appreciate how hard you've worked at the table, and I certainly hope that that work and that approach continues far after my time here at the dais. So with that, I will introduce a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Rosa approving a memorandum of understanding for and on behalf of the employees in the City of Santa Rosa's Unit 2 Firefighting, represented by the International Association of Firefighters, IAFF, Local 1401, for a contract effective July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017, and waive further reading of the text.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. And your votes, Council? And I have 4 ayes. Thank you very much. Mr. Whelan, 13.3.
Mr. Mayor,
I'm
I
sorry.
apologize. There's 2 other
That's okay.
resolutions.
Yeah, I got ahead of myself.
I will next introduce a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Rosa approving a memorandum of understanding for and on behalf of the employees in the City of Santa Rosa's Unit 3 Maintenance, represented by the Operating Engineers Local 3, for a contract effective July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017, and waive further reading.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second, and your votes? Oops, reset. There we go. And I have 4 ayes. Thank you very much.
And I think I maybe spoke too soon. There are many more than just one more, Mr. Mayor. Okay, here we go. I will move a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Rosa approving a memorandum of understanding for and on behalf of the employees in the City of Santa Rosa's Unit 8 Transit, represented by the Service Employees International Union, Local 1021, for a contract effective July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017, and waive further reading.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second, and your votes, Council? And I have 4 ayes. Thank you.
This will be the most I've spoken in months. I'll move a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Rosa approving a memorandum of understanding for and on behalf of the employees in the City of Santa Rosa's Unit 9 Fire Management, represented by the Santa Rosa Police Management Association, for a contract effective July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017, and waive further reading.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second, and your votes? And I have 4 ayes. Thank you very much.
I will move a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Rosa approving a memorandum of understanding for and on behalf of the employees in the City of Santa Rosa's Unit 13 Mechanics, represented by the Operating Engineers Local 3, for a contract effective July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017, and waive further reading.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second, and your votes, Council? And I have 4 ayes. Thank you.
I'll move a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Rosa approving a memorandum of understanding for and on behalf of the employees in the City of Santa Rosa's Unit 14 Police Civilian Technical, represented by the Service Employees International Union, Local 1021, for a contract effective July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017, and waive further reading.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second, and your votes? And I have 4 ayes. Thank you.
I move a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Rosa approving a memorandum of understanding for and on behalf of the employees in the City of Santa Rosa's Unit 16 Utility Systems Operators, represented by the Operating Engineers Local 3, for a contract effective July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017, and waive further reading.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second, and your votes? And I have 4 ayes. Thank you.
I'll move a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Rosa approving a memorandum of understanding for and on behalf of the employees in the City of Santa Rosa's Unit 17 Professional Attorneys, represented by the Santa Rosa City Attorneys Association, in affiliation with the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, Local 856, for a contract effective July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second, and your votes, Council?
I forgot to waive further reading.
Oh, that's okay.
I hope that's okay.
We got that.
And finally, I will move a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Rosa approving a memorandum of understanding for and on behalf of the employees in the City of Santa Rosa's Unit 18 Miscellaneous Mid-Management, represented by the Santa Rosa Management Association, for a contract effective July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017, and waive further reading.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. And I have 4 ayes for this, and I also did not report 4 ayes for Unit 17 as well. Thank you. Mr. McGlynn, 13.3.
Item 13.3, report approving wages, hours, and other terms and conditions of employment for and on behalf of the employees in the City of Santa Rosa's Unit 10 Executive Management. Paul Carroll, Employee Relations Manager, presenting.
So, Mayor Sawyer and members of council, in February of this year, city management representatives, we began the meet and confer process with 10 of the labor groups, and we came to tentative agreements on successor memorandum of understanding. And the employee groups have ratified those agreements. Traditionally, the city has provided the same financial settlement package to the unrepresented units. So, Unit 10 is executive management, and they are receiving the same 2.5% that the other labor groups have received. The total cost of this agreement was $68,265. The general fund cost was $52,032. This resolution also meets City Council Goal 2A, promote a city organization that is service sustainable and maintains employee morale. It is recommended by the City Manager's Office and the Human Resources Department that the council, by resolution, approve the document describing wages, hours, and terms and conditions of employment for Unit 10 Executive Management. Any questions?
Council, questions? Ms. Carlstrom.
Same question as before. How many employees in this unit?
So this would be the executive staff, not including the city manager's office, so right around 10.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, council? All right, thank you. I have no cards on this item. Bring it back to the council. And Ms. Carlstrom, you're taking this one as well. Thank you very much.
Just like hearing me read, it's like the disclaimers at the end of a radio ad. I will move a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Rosa approving wages, hours, and other terms and conditions of employment for employees in the city's Unit 10 Executive Management and waive further reading of the text.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second, and your votes, council. And I have 4 ayes. Thank you very much. Mr. McGlynn, 13.4.
Item 13.4, report approving wages, hours, and other terms and conditions of employment for and on behalf of the employees in the City of Santa Rosa's Unit 11, Middle Management, and Unit 12, Confidential. Paul Carroll, Employee Relations Manager, presenting.
This approval will basically take care of the raises for about 30 people. So the same thing in February of this year, we came to agreement with all of the labor groups regarding successor memoranda of understanding, and they've ratified those. And traditionally, we have provided Units 11 and 12 with the same financial package that the labor groups have received. This group received a 2.5% COLA increase, and the total cost of the agreement was $91,724. The general fund cost was $77,672. This resolution also meets City Council Goal 2A, promote a city organization that is service sustainable and maintains employee morale. So it is recommended by the City Manager's Office and the Human Resources Department that the council, by resolution, approve wages, hours, terms, and conditions of employment for Unit 11, Mid-Management, and Unit 12, Confidential. Any questions?
Council, questions? Seeing none, and I have no cards on this item. Certainly.
Ann Seeley, speaking for Concerned Citizens for Santa Rosa. I noticed in the staff report it said only a portion of the amount of money that it costs is going to be paid by the general fund, and it was not explained where the other money comes from. It would be good to make that evident. Thank you.
Thank you. I have no other comments on this item. Bringing it back to the council once again, Mr. Corsi.
Mr. Carroll, do you want to answer the question about general fund contribution for this unit? I think you did for other units.
Right. Most of the difference between the general fund cost and the total cost is due to some of the employees being employed in a department that's an enterprise fund-based department.
Such as the utility department?
Such as water, transit, and Unit 13, which is a cost recovery department. So that's where the difference lies.
Thank you.
And you can make that next time, indicate that in the report so that the mystery does not continue.
All
That's
right.
good going. Thank you, Mr. Corsi.
Before I move this, I also want to add my thanks to the efforts of staff and of our labor groups on both sides of the table. It is appreciated that we're here doing this in a fairly timely and smooth manner. So I'll move a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Rosa approving wages, hours, and other terms and conditions of employment for and on behalf of the employees in the City of Santa Rosa's Unit 11, Middle Management, and Unit 12, Confidential, effective July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017, and waive further reading of the text.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second, and your votes, Council. And I have 4 ayes. Thank you very much. That concludes this portion of the agenda. We have to recess until 5 o'clock for public comment. And keep in mind to the members of the public that we will not be taking comment on the items that were continued. They will appear on a future agenda. And we will only be taking comment on non-agended items at 5 o'clock. We are in recess. Santa Rosa City Council is being adjourned due to lack of quorum. See you next week.